Hi, David Maley here, and today I'm going to show you how to grow mint from cuttings. I've had some people watching my video. I already got one out there on growing mint from cuttings, but they had some questions about root rot and how long the roots should be. So I've got some examples here of mint that I've grown from cuttings that I'm going to show you and tell you exactly how long the roots should be, how to do it, and every piece along the way. So first, let me show you here. I've got some cuttings that I have of a mint plant that I've grown out back in my garden. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to cut like a 45-degree angle at the bottom of each and every single one of them. Okay, you do that because that's where the biggest roots are going to start from. Then you take it and you scrape along one edge a little bit of the stem off of it. Okay, and the purpose for that is that's where your roots are going to grow from. That's where they're going to start. So then you take that, and it's not very hard. Once you've done that, and you pluck any leaves, and I've already done this, you pluck the leaves, you just leave the growth shoots, but you pluck the leaves out on the bottom and leave the ones at the top, and then just stick it in water, just like that. And I've got another one right here. I'm going to stick that in the water, just like that. Okay, and one more. Same thing. See how I plucked the leaves around the bottom and just left the growth shoots, and you're just going to put that in the water just like that. And to show you the ones I've done already, I've got ones that I put in last week and ones that I put in water about 2 weeks ago. And here's one of the ones I did last week. You can see it's got one root sticking out about almost a ½ inch. And this one on purpose, I did not scrape the sides, so you can see if you don't scrape the side, you're going to have roots going out the bottom, but you're only going to have like 1 or 2 big roots. So that shows you if you don't scrape the sides, you only get one big root, and it won't be as healthy or sturdy of a plant as it would be if you had more roots. Now, here's another one where at the same time I scraped the roots on the side. And see, I scraped it for about 1 inch. And see what happened there? I've got roots growing from here all the way down, and the roots are growing stronger, thicker, and more hardy. So with a plant like this one's almost ready to plant. These need to be about another couple days longer. So in about 4 or 5 days from now, I'll plant this one in soil, and it'll be a very hardy plant. Very strong, very ready to survive disease and stuff like that. If I put the other one in with one root, it could be subjective to a disease of some sort very easily. It won't be as strong of a plant. Here's another one. It shows you the roots. This one I only did the scraping for about 1/4 inch. And you can see the difference there. See, it doesn't go all the way up. It just grows right there at the bottom. And so this one will do better than the first one that had one root, but it won't be as strong as the second one. So basically you want to do the goal is you really want to do about 1 inch where you scrape it for 1 inch so you have more roots. Okay? And here's another one to show you, because I had some people questioning me about root rot and stuff like that. You can get root rot. This one seems to be having a little problem with it. It's got some roots on it. I might just cut off the bottom here. That's probably what I'm going to do, and get rid of this piece right here that's a little bit rotted. And you have to change your water too. If you don't change your water, you're more subject to get root rot. So in this one, what I'm going to do is just cut off this area that's a little bit slimy looking. There it is right there. Okay, took that off, and look, I've got some nice roots still there. I've got roots growing out the top and the bottom right there. And I'll put that back in there. So if you get a little bit of root rot, you just take that off like that. But you'll see the plants as a whole are very healthy. There's not a lot of black to them or mold. If you do get a lot of mildew on your plants, you might want to go and get your cuttings from somewhere else, because I've seen where some, if I get mint from some certain local grocery stores, they tend to have a lot of mildew on them, or they're susceptible to that. So here's another one, and see how I scraped it on one side, and you can see all of the roots right there coming out, and you can even see a great big one right there. This one's about ready to plant. Okay, and you just want to keep them clean. If you get too much brown in there, just rinse it off in the faucet and put it back in the water. And that's basically about it. These plants that I just cut, these cuttings right here, will have roots within 1 week to 2 weeks, and they're going to look like the ones I just showed you. If you don't scrape the sides, you'll have a single root just like that, which you really don't want to have because it's not very strong. It'll eventually grow out more roots and shoot out more roots over time, but when you are trying to grow a small plant from the beginning, you want it to be as strong as possible. So you want something like this, where you did a big long scrape along the side, or both 2 sides. You don't want to scrape the whole bottom because it really weakens the stem, and then you can get root rot too. So you just want to scrape one side like this, like I did here, and the roots will stick out both sides of it just like this. And this one's about ready to go in the ground, and it'll grow a very strong plant. So basically that's how you grow mint, and you can grow thousands of mint plants this way from just one parent plant and just from a few cuttings. That's all you need. Just make sure you get good cuttings that don't have a lot. If you notice these cuttings here, yeah, they're from outside, so an insect might have bitten a hole there in it and stuff, but I'm not picking ones that have a lot of black or a lot of bugs on them or anything like that, because that'll make it so they won't grow as well.